Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks, we're back with you. And this next young man that we've got on with us, H. Jack Williams, has got a story to talk about. I am not kidding you, from the get-go all the way to where he's at now. Good morning. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you doing?
Man, we are doing good, man. Your biography that you've got is just amazing to me, the way you got started. You started out in a little town in Florida and ended up crawling on a bus with the Who.
Yeah, I don't know if it happened that quick, but yeah.
That stuff people dream about, you know what I'm
probably
saying?
was crawling off the bus, not crawling on the bus.
No, actually, I had been trying to be a little songwriter back then. That was the beginning of the deal, and I had a baby. We had a 1-year-old baby, and I was working as a chef, not as a sous chef at a place called the Abbey in Atlanta, which is still there actually. I was on my way to work. I had my whites on. My hat was sitting next to me. I had a little cassette tape that I'd done a demo, first demo ever, and I pulled up. I believe it was the Escoffier Hotel. I believe that's what it was back then.
Right.
And saw these blue jackets on as I was going to work, and I went, "Well, what is that?" And then I saw that it said the Who on the back, so I pulled in and walked up to the first guy I saw, who today is still my closest friend, Doug. Lives in England, still Roger's assistant. I walked up to him and I said, "What's the chances of meeting Roger?" And he went, "Slim and none." And I went, "Okay, well, I'll see you, thanks." And I turned around, I was going to go to work. And he went, "Wait, what do you want to see Roger about?" And I went, "I'm a songwriter, and I want to talk." Oh, wait. And he had just done a record with Ballard, the songwriter Ballard, and we called him up. And Roger said, "Well, yeah, let's hook up with him. Let's meet with him. But I'm too busy right now. Get him a room." And that room lasted 6 months. So
that's a long way.
I never met him. I went on the road with him. They took me with him, and I went and I never saw a show. I stayed backstage. I rode on the planes. They just took me everywhere they went, and it was a dream come true. I was part of the Who entourage, and then the last night in Boston, Bill Purvisely, and Jackie, their manager, still to this day, the Who's manager, said, Pete and Roger want to see you. Come on, time, get your guitar. So there I did. I walked up, and they were in the green room, and I just walked in, and there was all these beautiful, like Playboy level fold out women sitting around, and it was like, so I said, "Hey mate, play us a song." And I was 20 years old and couldn't sing, not even close to what I can do now. And it was like, shut him up. And it was it, done deal. I had my first publishing deal, and I was working for the Who, and I'd lost my job, of course, pretty much lost my wife. Pretty much lost everything. I did get her back, but yeah, it was. And the rest of my life, that set the stage for how I approach everything in my life. I go get it.
Well, that's the truth, folks. We're talking to H. Jack Williams. Y'all go to hjackwilliams.com, read his biography. It's just mind-blowing because he is one of them guys that never give up, and it's paid off. It's paid off over the years. Leonard Skinner, you were with them back before the plane crash, and then right on through. But now, you've even got you got a couple of songs that's on. Everybody's crazy about this Yellowstone movie thing going on. You've actually got a couple of tunes on that, do you not?
Yeah, I got one, Heaven's Gate. It's in episode 2.
Right.
But Kevin's got a lot of my stuff that I've got 4 songs on his Tales of Yellowstone album, and there's one more season left, so fingers crossed I might get one more on there. But yeah, I do a lot of work. I'm working a lot with Kevin, and now he's got a new movie that he's getting ready to get behind the camera on, and hopefully with grace of God, I'll be able to do some music in that too.
Yeah. One thing I thought that Yellowstone actually done, I'm a big fan of that red dirt country coming out of Texas, and I think it's really blown it up to where it's really something.
Yeah. Whiskey Myers and Walker, and Whiskey Myers, and then Ryan Bingham, and Colder Wall.
Yeah.
I mean, those three right at the top of my head. I love those bands. I love all of Lucas Nelson. Well, my manager manages Lucas Nelson, so I've always been a fan of Lucas Nelson. But yeah, it has. You're right. It has blown that wide open.
Yeah, it has. And that Ryan, I mean, I listened to him before. Gosh, I remember back years ago. I mean, before this Yellowstone, I like a lot of his stuff that he's got going on. But now you've got your own. You've got your own. Thing that you're doing now, which is pretty interesting. This new song you've got out, which I'm trying to bring it up now. I'm going to say Halfway to Hell, but am I saying that right? Halfway to Hell?
That's the album name.
Yeah, that's the album.
Album name Halfway to Hell. That man, that is a good album, and it's actually it's more of a personal album for you about.
It's a personal journey through child abuse. I wanted to let out some stuff. I mean, that's what the video we have out now, Beat Me Again. I wrote that with W. Earl Brown, the actor. I know him from Deadwood, something about Mary, and he also produced the video. What I'm really excited about off this album, though, is about a week and a half, I'm going out to LA, and we're going to do the video for One More Day.
Right.
One More Day on this record is my favorite song, and Kevin wrote it with me, and it's a special song, and Gary Rosington from Leonard Skinner played on it, Ricky Medlock, and I called those guys up, and they played on 2 songs on the record, and this was one of them. And so we're going to do a video. It's going to have Gary's going to be in it. This is going to be a really big thing, having the original member of Leonard Skinner in my video, and I'm excited. It might get people to listen to everything now.
Well, I like I said, I think it's great, and like you say, you talk about child abuse and that and other. A lot of folks don't know. Not only am I a superstar radio talk show host, don't say anything bad, but I drive a school bus. I'm a full-time school bus driver and have for over 10 years, and I see a lot of this. I see a lot of this broken homes and these kids struggling with the stuff that goes on today, and I don't think a lot of folks out there realize what kids have on their plate growing up, And I think this is really that Beat Me Again, man. That's a hard-hitting song.
Yeah, it is. We wanted it to be that way. I'm hoping that we'll find some child abuse organization or somebody like that might want to pick it up. It is. It's the truth. It is the truth. I came from that environment, and back then, nobody said anything. Nobody did anything. Nobody said anything. Everybody kept their mouth shut. And you could hear kids screaming all across the neighborhood, and nobody did anything about it. Call the cops would come and say, "What are you doing?" "We're not doing nothing, officer," and that would be it.
Mm-hmm.
These days, they'd be in the jail. But, so I wanted to talk about it.
Well, I think it's great. And, that's the thing about it. I mean, you've really made something out of your life over the years. It's really great. And, like music to me touches everybody. I mean, and some of the songs and stuff that you've been involved in is just absolutely outstanding. Like I said, we're talking to H. Jack Williams. That's hjackwilliams.com. And you make sure you put the H in front of it, because there's another guy out there named Jack Williams, but he ain't nearly as good looking as H. Jack Williams. So make sure you get the...
He lives in North Carolina. He don't live in Tennessee, so.
Make sure we get the right one. Hey, Lord. But I don't know. You're 20 years old and you're on a touring with the Who. I mean,
yeah. Let's. What really happened on that bus?
Can we talk about that? We are on live radio now.
It was in the hotel rooms, and I can't talk about these things. But let me say it this way. Everything that you heard that went on back then went on.
Yeah.
And more.
Yeah, I can believe that.
And more. And for a 20-year-old, I mean, I wasn't, I was just was just a songwriter hanging out,
Right.
and just happened to be, taking a liking to. Um, so I was in the inner circle, and
That's really cool,
it
man.
wasn't like had I wanted to participate, I could have, and it was pretty crazy, crazier than I ever dreamed. And I was going, wow, I can't believe people do this. It was amazing. But the guys were great. Everybody was great. Like I said, I'm still good friends with them. Um, I go to England and I visit with them. So it was a great. It opened the door. It opened the door from there. I went to work with Uriah Heep and worked with Uriah Heep for 5 years, and all that just opened the door and allowed me to be able to say, well, I work with those guys, and have the courage, confidence is the word I guess I'm looking for,
Right.
to be able to walk up to another star and go, hey, check this out. I work for Pete Townsend and I work with Richie Havens, and they would listen. So now, I mean, I continuously do it. In my bio, as I add more stuff to my bio, I go, hey, to this day, if I want to meet somebody, check my bio out. I've done all this stuff. Maybe we can work together. So it's just a good way to
Opening the
keep
doors.
yourself.
Yep. Keep opening
Uh-huh.
doors. That's funny. Alex Cooley from back in the day, and I was friends
Yes,
with.
I did. I heard that you asked about Alex. Good. I was going to call you this week about Alex. Let me tell you real quick.
All right.
I'll tell you real quick about Alex. So the reason Alex is a dear, I'm writing a book, and Alex has about 2 chapters in it. Alex, somehow in Atlanta, I don't remember when, I really don't, but I do remember. There was a place called the Alex Cooley Ballroom.
Oh yeah.
And it was a big, okay, and it was just getting started. And the two bartenders I got to be friends with the two bartenders, Harold and Ed, and they introduced me to Alex, and Alex listened to my music, and he took a liking to me, and he took a liking to me as a person and to my music. And so what he did was he gave me um, a forever. He just gave me a pass.
Right.
Alex Cooley Productions, and I could go to any show I wanted to do because he said to me, I'll never forget. He said, I know you have good backstage, manners, and just do it right, go to all the shows and make something happen. So I went to all the shows, and that's how I met everybody. I met Peter Gabriel, I talked to Peter Gabriel, da da da. And then what was so funny about that relationship was it got into a slump somewhere along the line before the Who. We all get in a slump.
Oh yeah.
We go up, we go down, we go up, we go down, and this was like a 6 month slump. And I remember seeing him, and I told him, I said, I don't know. I mean, I'm 20. I'm going. I don't think I'm going to make this little business. I think I better do something else. And, oh no, stay there, hang in there, hang in there. And then the next time he sees me, I'm getting out of the limo with Pete Townsend and Roger
Right.
and at the Army show, and he looked at me and he went, "Weren't you the guy that was saying to me you weren't getting anywhere about a month ago?" And so he helped me get my demos done. Alex Cooley was a great friend and a great. He championed me in the beginning of Atlanta. He made sure that things got done for me.
Yeah.
Or he gave me the road to walk on. Let's put it that way.
Well, he did a lot of folks that way. I mean, and I've known him since before he passed away, but in I guess 78 or 79 is when I kind of got to know him back in the day, and I was just a little kid then. But yeah, he's one of the greats. There's no doubt about it. And some of the stories he talks about, he was talking about the Grateful Dead. He said if they ever come to town, he said you never drank or eat anything behind stage because you never knew what city you would wake up in next because they put all the
That's
drugs.
right, because he had Jorma Kakona. I was working with Richie Havens. Richie Havens at this point in my life, I was working with Richie. I put together a little trio, and Alex had us open up for hot tuna,
Mm-hmm.
and him and Richie said they're gonna bring a plate of cookies around backstage. Do not eat the cookies. And I went, okay, I won't eat the cookies. But my lead guitar player went, let's try after that. I'm gonna eat the cookies. And he ate one. And come time to go on stage. I turn around and I'm looking at him, and he's out there going, "Whoa!" And I think he was gone. He was gone. I'm going, "Tony, what's up?" It's like, "Don't eat the cookies."
That is so funny. H or Jack, I guess you go by Jack more than anything. We have got to get to a break, but no, give me a call. I'd like to talk to you more about Alex because I got a few stories, to talk about.
Oh, I will. I will call you.
Yep. So anyway, we are talking to H. Jack Williams. Y'all go to hjackwilliams.com. We'll get you back on, man, and see what's going on. Like I said, y'all need to check out his biography, check out his new music he's got coming out, and definitely follow this guy because he is a real sweetheart, no doubt about it. Anything we're missing?
No. I want to give you a call, though. I'll plan on giving you a call this week. I've got your number now, so we'll have a big old check. I want to ask you some questions, too, about him and his family. So I'd love to catch up with you. And thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Hey, it's been my pleasure, no doubt about it. Thank you again, and you have a good day, brother. We'll be talking to you in a day or two.
Thanks, Jack.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for spending a little time with us. And remember, you can tune in every morning at WJULradio.com at 8 a.m. Eastern. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, The Morning Dish.